Good morning to you, dear viewers, and welcome to Lifestyle Thursdays. Today is a happy new month. Faith Mema.
Yes, I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling really excited. You saw me laughing by myself. You saw it, eh?
Yes, I've seen it.
It's because it's a blessed new month.
Absolutely. 31 days are over, and now we're looking forward to the rest of the year, which is going to be amazing.
I don't know if you saw this January didn't have the 90 days they always say it has.
Yeah, this one has
365.
Imesonga mbio.
Yes. Eh? It was really short.
Yeah, but we thank God. Because imesha vizuri, and now we are now ready for the rest of the year. Watu wasemanga ukishamaza January sasa ndo unajua yenyewe tuko mwaka imeanza sasa vizuri officially. So we're about to get started. So thank you guys for making sure you choose Lifestyle Thursdays to be the show that you keep tabs on this beautiful morning. And today hujafanya makosa kulogin kwa sababu we have a very amazing topic that we would like to share with you guys. So stick around till the end. Sijui unalalanga masaa ngapi, Faith? Wacha nianze na wewe.
Oh my goodness. I don't want
to spill. How many hours do you sleep? Hello.
Oh my. I would say I'm guilty.
Yeah, as charged.
I really sleep in the sun around 6 hours.
6 hours. Maximum. 6 hours.
How long for you?
I think I would say 6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8.
But mostly nakuanga hapo kwa 6 pia mimi.
You too, you and me both.
Yes, you and me both. Hapo kwa 6 hours. Nafikanga hata 6 hours inaisha unajipata umeamka tu juu. Hiyo ndo ka standard time. But according to the medics and the psychologists out there, like watu wako na information, you are supposed to sleep for at least 7 to 8 hours every day.
Quality.
Na sasa on the other end, African parents will tell you if you love the blankets too much, utakuwa maskini. That is where exactly. So today we want to speak about sleeping patterns in relation to mental health.
Yeah.
And because you guys spoke and we had you, we have brought back none other than Wachaj introduce, and then we get to continue with this beautiful show. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. It's good to have you again.
I'm humbled. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for the invite. And it's always good to have you in your studios.
Yes.
I'm really humbled. I don't take it for granted. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thanks. So for someone who is watching Lifestyle Thursdays for the first time today, or hakupata the chance to get to know you through the other episode that we did, can you introduce yourself and tell them who you are and what it is that you do?
Asante.
Yes.
I'm Pastor Charles Msambai. Yes. I'm a reverend ordained by Kenya Assemblies of God Church.
Yes.
I'm a practicing, consulting, counseling psychologist. I specialize in family and addiction.
Yes.
That's my area. I'm also a lecturer. I train on psychological and theological issues. I'm also the director for Uzima Tele Counseling and Consultancy. So that's where I serve most of the time.
Amazing.
And I also consult in different hospitals, like Ndonyo hospitals and various places. Yes.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So tell us, let's just get started with today's conversation.
Please.
Let's speak it from the top. How many hours of sleep should an adult? Or,
and as we start with you, there is a lot on your plate. You said you're director, you're lecturer, and I know there's some class works, church work, all of that.
Yes.
How is your pattern?
My pattern of sleep is intentional. You have to be intentional with your health, or else you'll break. Because if you are not intentional, remember I mentioned in our previous program that the world will not stop because you are busy. Even if you die, the world will continue.
It'll keep going.
So you need to prioritize yourself because people have prioritized other things in life as opposed to self, and especially in regard to health. According to statistics and research, it has been shown that the children between 0 to 3 months, they are supposed to sleep between 14 to 17 hours.
14 to 17 hours.
Yes, children between 0 to 3 months.
That's
then
a day.
Yes, so 4 months to 2 years, they're supposed to sleep for 11 to 16 hours.
A day.
A day. Children from 3 to 5 years, they are supposed to sleep between 10 to 13 hours. per day.
13. Okay.
Children between 6 to 13 years, 9 to 12 hours. 14 to 17, which are now teenagers, they are supposed to sleep between 8 and 10 hours. And now it comes to youth, for 18 to 64.
Yes.
They are supposed to sleep between 7 to 9 years. And then 65 and above, 7 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
So sleep, the reason as you grow, the sleeping hours reduces because you are becoming active, you are becoming a working person, you are now understanding yourself. Remember, in early years between 0 age to 5 age, developmental process is taking place, both in the brain, in the physical, and the reason why people should sleep is to allow yourself, to allow the body to repair itself, and to allow yourself to be re-energized. Because if you continue to work and you don't have a good sleep, your mental stability will be affected. Not just mental, you'll be fatigued. And you'll find, that's why you find some people sleepwalking, or even when they are in their working stations, they are sleeping and yet they are working because they have not had a good sleep. So to answer your question, an optimum amount of hours for someone, an adult, to sleep, 7 to 9 hours. But at least the minimum, 7 hours.
So we are below the cutoff.
I know.
Yes, the ones who are sleeping for 6 hours.
So I have a potential client here.
Two clients.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the sleeping patterns, I've had some people dish out a couple of terms in matters sleep disorders.
Yes.
There are people who claim that kuna mtu anakaanga tu hivi anaanguka na lala. Can you mention a bit on that?
Okay, when we talk of sleeping pattern, it's determined by the way your day has been, and it also determined by the body mechanism and hormonal balances in the body. But above all, when we go to sleep, the cycle of sleep has 4 major phases, although it goes up to 6, which we call we always talk of rapid eye movement sleep and a non-rapid eye movement sleep. When we are talking of rapid eye movements, it is when you go to sleep, that is the moment maybe you are not feeling too sleepy, but you are already sleeping, and the body is just resting. And it takes a sequence of between sometimes 40 minutes, it goes up to 90 minutes, and the sequence just goes round, and then those patterns run concurrently. You can run for 40 minutes, 30 minutes, others go even for 7, and there is a short period where sometimes people can realize they are sleeping, but they are not attentive to themselves. That is rapid eye movement. Then we go to non-rapid eye movement, where it leads you to the deep sleep, where you cannot hear anything, but you are just asleep. Yes.
And are there people who never get to that rapid
eye movement? True, they are, because there are conditions that leads to that. Because there are people, because of the way they are going to the bedroom, maybe they have taken some caffeine, maybe they have stressors in life, maybe they have lifestyle diseases, maybe they are on medication. So when they go to sleep, they are not going to go through that full cycle. But optimally, you should go through the full cycle of the sleep pattern, so that you wake up when you are fresh. The moment you realize you're waking up when you are tired, you're waking up, you don't feel like waking up, there is a lapse somewhere in your sleep pattern. Maybe you woke up in the night, maybe to go for the washroom, or something, a bang happened in the night, it interrupted your sleep pattern, and that can result to poor sleep as you live in your life. Yes.
And what are some of the effects of poor sleeping patterns?
Poor sleeping patterns have adverse effect to an individual. Number one, it can lead to somebody to underperform. Productivity will be reduced. Number 2, it will affect your concentration. You will not be able to concentrate. Number 3, it can lead to someone to be moody. You just become anxious, moody. You don't feel like doing things. It can slow down even your working progress. So it can also cause interpersonal relationship. You just become stingy for no reason. Just something happens, You just blow up because you are not full. Your sleep pattern has not been certified. So you find that there are a lot of effect that comes with it. Yes.
Wonderful. So in the beginning you said that you're intentional when it comes to sleep.
True.
How can we establish that pattern? I ensure that in as much as I'm busy, I'm a mom, I'm a father, or you know, my pattern is.
We always program important things in our lives, and when we are programming them, sleep is not one of it.
It's true.
Some people say that the world is run by tired people, but these tired people take an MD of an institution or a CEO, or allow me to use maybe the head of state. There is no day this head of state will go and drive his car or become a pilot. They are always being carried. So during that time of traveling and transiting, they are resting, and some of them go to the deep sleep, non-eye movement. At that moment, this non-rapid eye movement, they are deep sleep. If they didn't sleep, if they slept like the previous day very late, they are compensating those hours. But now you and me, maybe you're driving your own car, maybe you're traveling, you're unakuja na motorbike, maybe unakuja walking, you have no time of relaxing and resting. So how can you do that? Number one, maintain a regular sleep pattern. Or make sure that you have a scheduled time of going to bed. If your schedule is to go to bed at 10, make sure that is for every day. And your waking up moment, it's 6 or 7, make it a daily routine. So make it a daily routine. Time to sleep, time to wake up. Number 2, use your bedroom for sleep alone. And somebody's watching me. Bedroom, ndio kuwatch movie, ndio kusoma, ndio kufua, ndio kupiga pasi, ndio kupigia watu simu. Let the bedroom be used for its own rightful purpose, sleeping. And when the mindset is set for that, it just works. Number 3, reduce caffeine and alcohol, and especially wine. And it's unfortunate that some Christians are using wine, and it's really causing acidity, which leads to uric acid, and it affects their system. So reduce, and just not reducing, if it persists that you have worse sleep patterns, you have just to put them off.
Do away completely.
Do away with caffeine, do away with alcohol, and then take time out and expose to natural light. The reason why young children, parenting mothers are told, take your child out maybe around 11, 10 to around 1 to just absorb the natural light. It's important, that vitamin C, and it will help you. That is what we call light therapy. When you expose, take a walk out. When we were in primary school, teachers could chase us from class to just go and bask. It's healthy. It brings everything to limelight, because that health also supports your sleeping pattern. And you realize even that 1 hour, people could really sleep under deep sleep when they are basking. So it happens. And another one, reduce the exposure to blue light. The blue light is that light that comes from our phone, our iPads, the TV. A few hours before sleeping, maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, don't expose yourself, because it will affect through your eyes, it goes and affects your brain, and then when you go to sleep, that effect is still rolling. And maybe the last but not least, make time every evening to rest and relax. Resting and relaxing is important. Every time after a meal, when you just sleep on your couch or you relax, you'll just go to sleep. And you're trying to watch news or trying kuipindi yenye unapenda, unaisikia kasauti kwa umbali lakini ulilala. That is healthy. And also you need to avoid sources of stress. So find time to relax, find time to rest, and avoid any stress that will come with it.
On that note, allow me ask this. There are those who never, probably after doing all of this, you still cannot find good sleep. You don't get to that rapid eye movement. Unabaki to that light stage.
Great.
There are people who induce using sleeping pills.
Thank you.
So, would you recommend that?
I will not recommend that because people are self-medicating and they are harming their bodies. They are harming themselves in this fact. Mtu anaenda, allow me to mention this, it's okay and I take responsibility. Mtu anaenda na buy Piriton. And then they say, sijalala siku tatu. Anameza like Piriton. Now, that medication is not meant for that condition you have. You might be having a different condition that needs to be addressed. When these symptoms persist, when you find you are having insomnia, which is persisted lack of sleep in the night, you are sleepwalking in the night, oftenly, seek for medication, seek for medical address, seek for medication, go for to be assessed, go to a treatment center, a medical use dispensary, a hospital, explain yourself. Medical officers are there to support you. The worst thing is to medicate yourself. Having said that, the causes, you need to go down to the causes. What is causing you? And that's why I always tell many of my clients, you need to journal. Journal your day. Even address those issues. What events have you been taking through the day before you go to bed? Is there a stressor in your life? Is it could be you have not, your stomach is not full, ujashiba? Yeah, simply that.
Could be,
Some people go to bed hungry and they want to get asleep. So how?
You can't find sleep.
You have to be full. The others is just as simple as taking poor diet. Your body is not receiving water. Your body is not receiving the right nutrients. Where do you want the sleep to come from? Because the hormones have the balance of fluids and every nutrient in the body should be balanced so that you get a right sleep. So I would say that most of the people get to that point because they have not actualized. And a warning, do not self-medicate. Because you'll be worsening your situation, and yet there are doctors who can help you to analyze and address the cause of your situation, and then there is a treatment plan you can be given.
I believe that also is good for parents who medicate their children.
Yes.
I believe their parents, when you're saying, my child alalangi usiku, so they have to give them Piriton.
The problem comes when the parents during the day or childhood development, especially those children in academies, watoto anaamka saa 10. I mentioned to you, a child should sleep optimum between age 5, should sleep between 10 to 13 hours. And then you are making that child to wake up, maybe amefanya homework, alafu anaenda, anataka kuona cartoon, analala saa 4 kama nyinyi, anaamka saa 10.
Only 6 hours.
You are really affecting the brain of that child. And that is why you find kindergarten and lower primary, they are told at 2, they are given 2 hours to sleep. They just go to sleep up to 3 or 4, then basi nakuja na wachukue na warudisha nyumbani. Because we want to cover that time yenye wali wake up mapema, na pia wakifika nyumbani wafanye homework, waoge, wacheze kidogo, let them go to sleep the earliest possible. But self-medicating, giving your child that medication that is not prescribed, or maybe it's not the right for that child, will affect even their brain formation. Yes.
So would you recommend, now that you've mentioned that, and I know there are variations, I sleep for 2 hours in the morning, no, during the day, and then the rest. 6 hours.
You know, Faith, you're just looking for an easy way out.
A loophole somewhere.
Not to sleep. That is not the right, because as I mentioned to you, the sleeping pattern cycle goes through phases. So you might wake up when you are now getting to non-rapid eye movement. You have hampered. You have like curtailed the process of your sleep. So you need, this sleep pattern has to be completed so that you wake up when you are fresh. When it is incomplete, then you'll find fatigueness in yourself. You'll find you're not comfortable. You'll find hard to wake up. You are on duty, but you want to sleep again. And that is where we talk of presenteeism, where you are at work, but you're not working. Because you have had no good sleep. Yes. So I would advise, if you choose to sleep, take 7 hours to 9 sleep.
All right.
Thoroughly sleep. Don't just skip and then say nitamalizia.
Compensate.
Okay. So I've heard about this term a lot, and probably the viewer at home amesikia, about sleep paralysis.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit on sleep paralysis? What is it, and what happens when someone says, oh, niko na sleep paralysis?
Sleep paralysis is a higher level of a condition of sleep disorder. Yes, we have sleep paralysis and sleep apnea, which it always begins with sleep apnea, and sometimes people get sleep paralysis. When we talk of sleep paralysis is a feeling of being conscious but unable to move. You are conscious, you are hearing things, but you are not able to move. And sometimes it happens. According to American research, it has said between 30 to 40% of adults have sleep paralysis, although it's not that common. It's not that common to many people. It occurs between the stages of wakefulness and sleep. So during that first stage, when you go to sleep, when you are awake, and when you are, if I ask anyone, do you know the time you got you slept yesterday? When did you sleep? You can only know the time you went to bed.
Yes, but you don't know the time you...
So what did that sleep catch on you at that time?
I cannot.
Can you tell? Nobody tells the time. They're caught up by sleep. So what happens is, between that time you are awake and the time that sleep catches you, there is that period is where sleep paralysis happens. That's when it happens. And it occurs, and most of the time when you have now relaxed and slept, you feel you are sleeping, you need to move, but you can't move. So that is what we call sleep paralysis. Yes.
What does it, what causes it? Because I know there are some people that experience it more often.
Sleep paralysis is caused by jet lag. That is one of it. That is sleep wakes. Sometimes sleep paralysis is caused also by anxiety. When you have anxiety, and also it's caused by panic attack. Panic attack is kushtuliwa. Kuna watu wakiona bosi wake wanastuka. When you go to sleep, that period between the rabbit eye movement, sleep, and awakening before you just go to sleep, hizo mstuko huwa ikitokea. And mostly those who have had young children, you can observe that it happens to young. Unaona mtoto wakati mwingine anapumua anastuka, lakini hawezi move, anafanya some fringes, and it happens to adults too. Although it's very minimal. As compared to sleep apnea, apnea it occurs more oftenly to many people. But sleep paralysis is very minimal, and it's rare to many people. At least 1% to maybe 2%, but at most it's minimal. It doesn't occur often. Those, as Faith has mentioned, that they always talk of, I have sleep paralysis, they make personal or self-diagnosis that is not right. And I want to, yes, because that term is so huge, it's so heavy, it means something different. And the problem we have, the internet, people Google things, and whatever they read, it may not be actually what they are undergoing. So we have the DSM-5, Diagnostic Statistical Manual, 6, that we use it to measure if are you suffering from sleep paralysis, or it's apnea, or it's just an episode that just occurred. So we need to be also open to diagnosis. We should not diagnose ourselves, because sometimes our diagnosis is very wrong, and it leads us to self-medication that is also wrong, and we go for medication medication when it's very late. Yes, when we have harmed ourselves.
Brother Google.
Yeah.
And we take it as the truth. Yeah. And even, hey, and Google can scare you. Google can scare you.
True.
So, what are some, like, how can I put it? What are some dangers of having sleep paralysis?
Sleep paralysis can lead somebody, in fact, through the process, if somebody is not, can lead to brain damage. Yeah, it can, because during that process, if medication is not taken, remember, it can lead also to what sometimes we call it, people who they may just be dysfunctional at the place of work. When you have sleep paralysis, that means you are hampering your sleeping pattern. So your body will not be able to hold the strength and the work of the day, and it can lead you to be malfunctional. You cannot function well. You can be self-productive. It can also cause low self-esteem, because when you wake up and sometimes you remember and you're having a mild headache and you nini kilifanyika nikilala, unaanza kujiuliza nini kiliendelea, it just brings you low. And worse enough when people now tells you, unajua ulikuwa ukifanya vitu fulani wakati ulienda tu kulala, tulikuwa tunasikia unafanya hivi, unajaribu kusonga hausongi, and it just causes you to feel like you're out of place. So it can affect also your self-esteem. Yes.
Wow. You had mentioned something about disorders. Probably when we get back, we'll look at it.
Yes, we will look more into it. So guys, remember to send us your feedback at 0721-105-105. That is WhatsApp or a normal text message as well. And remember, 23814 is not working currently. So if you have any questions or require any feedback, make sure you use the WhatsApp platform or normal text message. We are also live on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube as well. You can send in your comments there, and we will be sharing them right here in Lifestyle Thursdays. Before you can share that question that you had before we go for the break, please.
The sleep disorders. A lot of us know sleep paralysis, but there's something you mentioned that there are other sleep apnea disorders. Yes.
Sleep apnea is where when somebody is in sleep, it's a breathing disorder, where somebody can stop sleep breathing for a few seconds, and you hear their breathing back, and they just and sometimes it's as a result of the reduction in breathing for a brief period of time while you are asleep. And there are two types. We have what we call the obstructive sleep apnea and central sleep apnea. And obstructive one is where airwaves are reduced at the back of the throat, and that's why you hear some people groaning. Yes, and you know, it's really affecting a lot of adults. And during that time, the airspace, it's blocked, so it has very partial. So people produce a lot of wheezing sound during the process, and that it leads to snoring. While the central apnea is where the communication between the central nervous system, the brain, and the brain is lacking in communication with the muscles that are ready to control the breathing. And so it can cause the same. And sometimes it leads to shallower or temporal pause in breathing. Yes.
But it's not dangerous.
It's not dangerous, but it happens, but it needs, if you have a secondary condition, it can, sometimes those are the time, it can lead to something worse, but that's why when it happens, you need to see someone, a medical officer, you need to visit a hospital, and you need to be assessed.
Get checked.
Yes.
Wow, guys, we are going to take a quick break right here at Lifestyle Thursdays. We are learning so much, and I am getting really, really impacted right here. So make sure you stick around till the end, and if you have any questions, make sure you bring them in. With the next session, we'll be asking them, and you'll get your answers. So keep the feedback coming. Don't go too far. We'll be coming back in a few.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Hi, my name is Alex Kagwe, director at Chester Hotel, which is a part of Crown Group of Hotels. I've been a director here for about 9 years, I didn't mean for it to come to being a hotel director. It just happened by chance because what I studied in college is quite different.
Yeah.
I was in the US. I took my courses there.
Yeah.
And eventually my parents just came over and convinced me to come back to Kenya and help them in the industry. I think the most important thing is to put systems in place because you cannot run the whole place by yourself.
Yes.
So you have to set systems in place. You also have to have your managerial staff. It's not really a difficult job unless you want it to be a difficult job.
Yeah.
So for me, we found that putting systems in place really work. That way when I come in the morning, I'm able to get to know how the night was, how many customers we had. We have a system that as soon as they key in anything in the restaurant, I'm able to see instantly what is happening, how many pots of coffee have been sold, how many rooms have been sold. So we're able to see that in real time on top of the information that you're also getting from your people.
Welcome to Africa International University, where education meets transformation. At AIU, we don't just educate, we inspire and innovate, shaping Christ-centered leaders who will transform Africa and the world. Our academic programs cater to every ambition: certificates, diplomas, bachelor's, postgraduate, master's, and PhDs. Join our international community and embark on an exciting academic journey that goes beyond borders. We lead, we innovate, we inspire, because at AIU, we are more than a university. We are a family with a common goal of transforming the world. The time is now. Enroll in AIU and be a part of a university in the heart of Africa, with Africa on its heart. Africa International University, where dreams take flight and leaders are born. Life is brimming with moments worth celebrating. The dreams we chase, the connections we cherish, the laughter that fills our hearts. These are the true treasures. But sometimes, the path to those moments can feel clouded by financial worries. What if you could invest in a future where chasing your dreams isn't just a desire, but a reality? With N-Wealth Capital, small steps lead to big possibilities. With N-Wealth Money Market Fund, you can secure your financial future for a better tomorrow. Meticulously crafted for growth, carefully managed for safety of your investments and growth, you can invest as little as 1,000 Kenyan shillings. Whether you yearn for the freedom to travel, the joy of owning a home, or the security of a comfortable retirement, we enable your dreams to reality. Sign up today through www.nwealth.co.ke/capital or call 0700 617 443 and secure a lifetime of financial well-being and dignity through N-Wealth. N-Wealth Capital Unit Trust Scheme is approved by CMA, which does not take responsibility for the financial soundness of the scheme. Prices of shares and income may fluctuate and the right to redeem shares may be suspended. N-Wealth Capital Limited is a subsidiary entity of N-Wealth Financial Services Limited with regulatory approvals to provide pensions, investments, and insurance services.
Unaenda siku hizi watu wanaenda hospitali unaambiwa uko na H. pylori. Na pia unaambiwa ni food zenye unakula, unaenda unaambiwa sio unakula chips, sio unakula vitu spicy. Now maybe can you explain to us about that?
First of all, H. pylori is a bacteria that causes ulcers. So ukiwa na H. pylori, H. pylori test ikikuwa positive, haimaanishi that uko na ulcers. But if it's not treated, inaweza lead to ulcers. And then H. pylori, hiyo bacteria ina thrive very well in acidic environments. So it is very important pia uangalie venye unakula. Now about ulcers, it's not just about what you eat. It's also about the feeding habits. Kwa tumbo, it is very normal kukuwa na acid kwa tumbo. But ukikanja for long, hiyo acid ina build up, inakuwa
ile watu nasemanga niko na gas. Nasikia tumbo imebloat.
Sijakula
kitu lakini tumbo imefura.
Exactly.
So hiyo inakosewa pia na kukaa muda mrefu bila kukula.
Because now kuna acid kwa tumbo lakini hakuna food ya kudigestiwa. So what does it do? Hapo sasa ndo inaweza anza pia ku attack the stomach walls, leading to gastritis.
Yes.
MBCI Television, transforming lives.
Remember, this is Lifestyle Thursdays with me, Sylvia Wanja
and Faith Boyama.
Absolutely, and we're talking about sleeping patterns. Now, I have seen that you guys mechangamke topic. So there's someone here asking, hello, I'm Vincent, watching from Embu. Is there a problem sleeping during the day so as to watch a movie at night? Okay.
And also there is David Isaac saying kama wewe ulale kutoka saa 8 hadi asubuhi, what is the problem? Watu wa watch movie during the day and then kifika saa 8 ndo unapata usingizi.
Ndio inakuja inakwambia sasa it's about time for us to sleep. Okay, na pia upande wa Facebook, let me see what we have.
Mary Favor is saying, can lack of sleep for a prolonged time, e.g. 2 weeks, cause bipolar?
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
That's a great one.
Mother Njoki saying, what if your stomach is full, na hauna stress, but unapata usingizi unapotea? What would be the problem? A lot of people experience that a lot of times, And then there's Blessing Esther saying, what if you have a problem with some things and you are far from that, and when you sleep your heart beats and have a shake in sleep? Okay.
Yes. So let's take a look at those questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's begin with the first one. Ambaye anasema una watch movie unalala mchana. We have people who have schedules, their working schedules are in the night. They're on night shift. The reason why we recommend, and that's from the wisdom of God, the reason why people sleep at night, it's because there is a lot of minimal movement and interruptions. When you try to sleep during the day, there is a lot of interruptions, a lot of noise. People are up, they are active, and that is why when you are on duty in the night, spend also 8 hours during the day to sleep, because at that moment a quiet place to sleep is the best place, and that will help you. But if you have other duties, na unanga mtu amekuwa duty ya usiku, alafu anakuja asubuhi, anaenda boda. And then they cause an accident because of just lack of a proper sleep. We need to be very careful with our sleeping pattern. Like the one who has said ya kwamba mka saa 8 mpaka asubuhi halali. They need to tell us from the early stages alikuwa anafanya nini during the day, because there are factors and conditions that determine your sleeping pattern. That is determined the way psychological, it's naturally from the environment around us, it will determine the way we are going to sleep. So kama yeye alikuwa amelala tangu saa 1 mpaka saa 8, akiamka kuanzia saa 8 mpaka asubuhi asipate usingizi, amemaliza masaa yake 8 ya kulala. But if this person has not been sleeping, or they have not had a nap during the day, and then they don't sleep, they need to see a doctor and be assessed, or a psychologist, and then they need to go through the process and then get to the point why it is causing it. Is this hormonal? Do they have some pressure? Do they have some anxieties? Do they have some issues, stressors in their lives? Is there something affecting them? They need just to. Yes.
And as you're answering this individual who was saying that they have gotten, their stomachs are full, but they cannot get good sleep, usingizi inapotea. There are others who stay in this period of light sleep there, not rapid eye movement, for a longer period of time. Unaingia bed 10, but at the time that you know now you're getting sleep, saa 8, saa 9.
Okay. This is also precedented by external and some internal factors. External factors is like light personal behaviors and lifestyle choices. The choices you make during the day, the lifestyle you are living, will determine the kind of sleep you're going to have. Internally, we talk of the brain formation, the brain wave patterns and genetics. Some people genetically, they don't have just a good sleeping pattern because it has been carried forward through genetics, through the genes, from parent to parent. And it can only be explained when they go to a medical institution for assistance. But when we now look at this person who, when you wait, it's not about the time. It's not about sleeping. Maybe you have been on bed for around 4 hours, and then you get to that non-rapid eye movement sleep. I want to let you know that it's not possible. It's not possible even for you yourself to recognize. Currently, we have watches. They are selling gadgets to measure your sleep, and maybe when somebody are having that challenge, they can go to hospital. It can be recommended you wear a wristwatch, you go to sleep, it will measure and give you a graphical stipulation of your sleeping pattern, and it will actually show you when did you go to sleep, when were you in the light sleep, and now in the deep sleep, which we call the non-rapid eye movement sleep. So when you get there, it can be like 90 minutes, but it has made now the complete cycle of your sleeping pattern, and you're now feeling well.
Wow.
Yes.
And how can someone improve their sleeping pattern?
Great. And you know, if there is a problem, there is a way to handle it. And that's where I wanted us maybe to go to it. And before we get to that point of improvement, we need to understand that sleeping is a prerequisite for every human being. You need to make it and intentionally plan that I'm going to sleep. Number one, for you to have a good sleeping pattern, maintain your regular sleep. And always take time out. Take time and relax. Please relax.
Yes.
The world is not ending tomorrow. So long as Jesus has not yet come, breathe out, in. Enjoy life.
Yes. Take it one step at a time.
Yes, have a social life.
Yeah.
Just have a social life. Live. Because luck will always be there.
True.
But you can only improve on yourself. You know, you will never complete the cycle of fulfilling everything in your life. But as you grow healthy, you will work through. Number two, always rearrange your bedroom. Kuna watu bedroom yao na sijaongea juu ya mtu, hata yule anaituana kwa TV sijaongea juu yake.
Meishi tu hivyo.
Groom your bedroom. You know, kuna watu bedi yao ukienda kukalia, the next minute anafikiria vile itavunjika ama itaanguka. Imeshikiliwa tu na kamawe. I'm sorry. Na sionei mtu hapa. Just make your bed good. Please make your room, your sleeping place comfortable even for you. If an emergency happens, hautafungia watu nje waambie ngoja nikaje.
Msinge kwanza.
A minute please.
And also look, tafuta godoro nzuri. You have your beddings, at least change. Kuna mtu analala kwa bed lakini analala kwa mbao. It's unfair. Just look for a good bed, at least 4-inch, that is good, that can really handle you well. Have a pillow. Number 3, don't sleep most of the time. Don't sleep when you are stressed or angry. Don't carry issues and baggage to the bedroom. Sleep on your bed when you are free. I always tell couples, when you are outside there, malizieni mambo yenu ya kukosana kwa sitting room. When you go to bed, there is a reason why it's called a bedroom. Purely to sleep, rest. Enda mpumzike. Hizo stories zingine, twende tukunywe chai mahali tukiongea. And then when you want to improve on your sleeping pattern also, every time when you sometimes look at what you are eating. There are those people who are friendly to caffeine, coffee. And you find hii coffee na kupeleka mpaka saa 9 haulali, especially watu wa movie. Na masoap opera, Nigerian movie. You want to sleep, lakini unataka kuona oga. Now it will affect. And when you go now to begin sleeping well, it has also interrupted your sleeping pattern. So it could take some time, maybe 14 to 21 days, you rudi that normal. And you can bet with me, those who have worked on a night shift, wakati ambapo unatoka night shift, unafanya daily shift, sometimes it gives you an inconvenience. Unasikianga kana mwili wako si sawa. It's as if you are sick, your body is not doing well, because there is that shift of changing from, and the body also, you give it time to have a moment of relaxing, and it will really help you to work through the process.
All right.
Yes.
You said something about blue lights.
Yes.
What was simu?
What were TV?
What were TV? Touch a little bit on that, because I know a lot of people wako kwa hiyo kikundi.
You know, I always tell people, and when you want to measure how addicted you are to your phone or your TV, there is something you need to check, and this is a checklist. Number one, when a message, you hear a voicemail of a message, what do? You
rush to go check.
Then you are addicted. That's a sign that you are addicted to your phone. If you are doing something and you hear a voicemail of a message and you rush to it, you need to check yourself. When you are in your kitchen and you hear certain things, maybe wengine wanaweka the TV on a loud mode, alafu unataka kukimbia kwenda kuona ni nini hiyo, you are addicted. So reduce the watching time. Take time out and be intentional again to just leave it there. Hata message zikiingia kama unaongea na mtu, sio we si simamoto. Just wait. Because sometimes when you're talking to somebody, a message comes in, you interrupt the call and it's not important, you have distracted the movement. That is how your sleep will be distracted.
True.
The way you distract that conversation, when you go to sleep, your brain will be distracted because it's trying to review the day to the way it was, and your brain is formed in that it has to hold everything in place. Yes.
Wow.
Amazing, guys. I hope you're following through this conversation. We are getting more and more insight. Now we're going to get the Vox Pops, and then let's get to hear what people have to say when it comes to matters sleeping patterns. Tujue watu wanalala masaa ngapi. Tuone kama sisi tuna faith tunahitaji kubadilika, ama the general public we need to change our ways. Let's get the Vox Pops.
I've said that people should not sleep more than 7 hours. What I can maybe say about that for a normal human being, you're not supposed to sleep more than 7 hours, because if you have the roles that you're supposed maybe to fulfill, perhaps you have a family you're supposed to take care of, so you're not supposed to sleep more than 7 hours, because those roles we just call out for you in the morning to go and work. So me, I normally sleep if I exceed, it is maybe 3 hours, 4 hours, because I go out to hustle. I got to check what I can put on the table, because right now you see how our economy has gone haywire. So for you to boost this economy, you not continue sleeping, because a little slumber, it will maybe contribute to poverty. So we can't allow people to sleep more than 7 hours. They are just okay, because in the morning or during the daytime, if you say that you can sleep more than 7 hours, it means that during daytime, sometimes you may lack what to do, because nowadays even getting a job to do or something small to do, it's a bit difficult. So sometimes during evening or in the night is when somebody can start a small business, like maybe hawking. You can do hawking. So if you want to sleep more than 7 hours, how can you do another hustle? So it's not advisable for someone who is, even if they are students. We know that our families have challenges, have good challenges. The students are supposed to go to school. So even to a student cannot manage to sleep more than 7 hours, because you're supposed to study. You have your time frame, how you allocate yourself on what to do, on how you're supposed to revise as a parent. So you have many things to do as you maybe talk to your family members, instruction here and there. So it's not recommendable for someone to sleep more than 7 hours.
A person should have that rest depending for the work this guy is doing. That pathetic work the guy is doing, for example, if you have the shifts, Like United States of America, guys are working with time and working with shifts. If you know that you are rescheduled working for almost 3 hours, then you must sleep for almost 6 hours. But in a normal call, for example, you're a student, you have classes the whole day, I think 6 hours isn't just enough for somebody to have that rest. 6 hours is just enough for the crucial. For me, I do sleep 4 hours because I do work day and night to ensure that I have something on my pocket. Yeah, I do only 4 hours to ensure that let me wake up early in the morning and ensure that I have something on the pocket. Yeah, like for instance, if somebody is doing academic writing, if somebody is doing a remote task and etc., that guy, you know, some guys doing even forex, guys are sleeping 2 hours. Guys are doing 2 hours sleep because this guy wants day-to-day income. This guy is paying the school fees. This is the guy is paying the bills like the rent, the water, and other facilities. So it depends this guy how the work is and how the guy rests. Yeah.
Mimi huwa nalala chini ya masaa 7. Na hii inatokana sababu wakati mwingine mimi nafanya kazi night shift. Yeah, so wakati niko kazi siwezi pata hiyo nafasi ya kulala 7 hours. Kwa kazi naweza pata tu 2 hours ya kulala tena niamke. Na pengine wakati niko off, hiyo ndo napata nafasi ya kulala zaidi ya 7 hours wakati niko off. Yeah.
Labda hiyo kutolala 7 hours ikuathiri ujikutengi ukiwa wakati wa mchana unajikuta unataka kulala au unajikuta uhisi vizuri.
Yeah, ni kweli kwamba usipolala hiyo masaa masaa ambayo inafaa kuna athari zake pia. Especially mimi wakati niko night shift na tena mchana lazima nikuwe darasani. So unapata kwamba wakati mwingine umechoka zaidi, inakuathiri tu. Unajipata hata unaweza kuwa umejipata umelala tu hata ukiwa darasani.
Nalalaga masaa 7, lakini saa zingine unapata unalala 5 hours. Inakuathiri, maybe ulikuwa unasoma, unafanya hizi online gigs. So unapata ukireduce the time, unaharibu your normal routine. So the next day ukiamka unaenda shule, maybe time yako like your body is not functioning proper. So maybe unasinzia darasani, unasikia umechoka hivyo.
Wow, okay. Many things have been brought up from that conversation. But tumesikia tunalala 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours.
Just 2 hours.
Huyo ni wenu.
I believe.
6 hours.
6 hours.
4 hours
and 2 hours.
Wow. Can we discuss that?
Yes.
Most people are giving the explanation when it comes to matters work, like work in a demand, you sleep for a certain number of hours. Is there a way that you can avoid it, or is there a way you can work around it? Sure.
Thank you, Sylvia and Faith, for this. And I want to mention something that lack of sleep does not improve the economy of this nation.
Very true.
Because you are not going to have a good sleep pattern in your life. It's not going to alleviate poverty. You know, especially to us Christians, let me speak from the Christian perspective. This Proverbs chapter 6 speaks about a little sleep, a little slumber.
And then poverty.
Then poverty creeps in, verse 10. 9, 10 there. So, people, they are not understanding that scripture. That scripture is speaking about laziness. It's not speaking about sleeping 2 hours.
So that to show you are very hardworking.
We need to differentiate between being lazy and taking good proper of yourself, grooming yourself. And one of the way of grooming is having a proper sleep. You know, you cannot afford to lose your sleep at this time because you will pay back. You are reducing your health. You are reducing your years because it will just get to a point that you don't function anymore because you are out of sleep, your body is not functioning well, you are fatigued. And maybe let me just mention a few things. Lack of sleep can bring the following disorders. Number one, it can lead to chronic fatigue. chronic in that there is just normal fatigue na feel nimechoka, ni uchovu nitaenda nioge, nisikie kama nimerefresh. Lakini kuna ile chronic, hata ukishawa, hata ukikula haiendi.
Bado tumechoka.
It has led you to a chronic fatigue. Number 2, it will lead you to daytime sleepiness. Kuna watu ninokutana wanalala mchana. Like that brother who has talked about online jobs. Forex. When you're doing all that, mind your head. Mind your brain. Because there is no wealth when there is no mental health. Hakuna haja utafute hizo pesa na uende kwa mental, maybe brain damage, kwa sababu hizo pesa zenye ulitafuta hazikusaidii. Just as a result of you didn't have a good rest. You didn't have a good sleep. Number 3, you just become irritable and mood swings, mood changes. Mara uko mzuri una smile, mara
umekasirika, umenona,
mpaka hata mtu anakuogopa kuambia habari yako. Why? Because your brain is not functioning normally as it is supposed. Trouble in concentration. When you don't have a good sleep, and I thank the one who has said anatoka job ya usiku alafu anaenda class na anajipata wakati mwingine hata akiwa class analala. That is very true. He's so sincere. Because you will have trouble in concentration. Do you know many people come on Sunday in the service to worship God? During the praise and worship, hyper, so high. Ngojea pastor anze kuhubiri. 50% of the congregation, they are sleeping. Lack of concentration. So it also affects, even when you go to meetings, you need to be healthy. Number 6, place, it will lead you to sleepwalking. Ushawahi ona watu wanatembea wakiwa wamelala? A friend of mine was walking somewhere, aligonga miti ya stima.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes. Alijipata kwa miti, pap. Then they were walking with a friend. Then akamshika nini? Akasema hata mimi sikuona hii miti. When we went, akamwambia enda one Dr. Charles. Akakuja nikamwambia kumwassess. She had not slept for around 5 days.
5 days of no sleep.
Yes, she just goes, sleeps, anajiweka 1.5 hours, anajiambia hii imetosha, anaamka, anaenda kutafuta. Sleepwalking. And it leads, and sometimes it leads to sleep talking. Unaongea na umelala. Ukijipata unaongea na mtu na hauko hapo. Please go back and sleep.
Go and sleep.
Because there are people in the midst of conversation, unafikiria mnaongea, yeye hata hayuko vile anakujibu.
Unajua unajiongelesha hapo peke yako.
Nishalala kitambo.
It can lead to teeth grinding. Kuuma meno.
Juu usingizi.
Yes. You just do it. And the worst of it can lead to anxiety and depression.
Yes. And we don't want to get to that point. Okay, so let's get the second set of Vox Pops and then we'll be coming right back.
First and foremost, why must you sleep early with empty stomach? I think you should sleep late and wake up early. If possible, you should sleep late, wake up early, look for something. In fact, I was so tempted and flabbergasted if you are telling me that I should sleep early. Why must I sleep early? As young as I.
But we have seen for the sake of your health, because we have seen many people, they are finding themselves with burnout. So for the sake of your health, the Minister of Health is recommending for 7 hours.
Even if you don't have food, your health is not good. So search for food, even your health will be good. You can't just sleep with empty stomach, even your health will not be good. Those health people are the people telling us that we should eat. And what should we eat if you are sleeping early? What will we eat? You will eat bed. You must search for food, something to eat is when you can sleep. In fact, if it is possible, you should even sleep for 3 hours. Working on internet, searching for money, working on where, searching for money, so that you can eat well. After eating, even you cannot even eat, you cannot even sleep with an empty stomach. You will not sleep. Entirety you will not sleep. Yeah.
For you personal, how many hours do you sleep?
According to me, I do sleep around 4 hours. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, 4 hours is just good. Yeah, 4 hours is good.
I sleep more than 7 hours. Yeah.
So Because it is recommended that a normal person should sleep for 7 hours for his or her health. So I don't know, why do you sleep for more than 7 hours?
Because sleeping is my hobby.
What about the walk? Do you walk?
Depends. Nikienda mahali I do walk.
Wewe ile time ya kusoma umejipanga vipi?
Sasa classes zangu ziko tu Monday na Tuesday, so the rest nalala tu.
How do you feel? You don't feel sick maybe kulala sana?
Hapana, sinasikia comfortable, nasikia tu vizuri.
Lali masaa 7. Nalala masaa 5. Sababu ukilala sana na hii uchumi venye iko hivi, nyumba wenyewe inastahili ulipe watoto wasome, wakule, alafu ionekane unalala. Ama saa ingine umeajiriwa, nitakana ufike kazini mapema labda 5. Wewe ukuje uamke uende kazini 6, utapata wamechukua mtu mwingine. Utasurvive aje na hiyo economy? Lazima ujitume.
Haikuathiri kiafya maybe kulala maybe masaa 5 mchana wakati unafanya kazi, sababu umekuwa kazini kuanzia asubuhi hadi saa hizi bado uko kazini, na pia itakapofika jioni bado pia utakuwa kazini?
Inafika tu mahali mwili inazoea, sababu ile kulala masaa kidogo ni wewe mwenyewe unajiseti, yani akili yako unaseti kwa hivyo. Sasa unapata ikifika hiyo masaa ya kuamka usingizi inapotea tu. Sasa ni kujitime tu. Hapo ukisema ulale sana, kuna venye utapoteza mingi. Utabaki unahangaika na hakuna mwenye atakusaidia. Sasa lazima uamke mapema ujipange.
I'm sleeping part at 7 hours. No, I don't, because as a student, you know, there are some things you don't cover in class. So inabidi you stay up at night in order to cover what you didn't at class. So you sleep late. Sometimes you struggle understanding some things that the teacher taught in class. So you have to compensate. So you stay in class to read so that in order to get, and you know, some people are fast learners and others are slow learners. So you have to come back and go through the work that you are taught in the lecture so that you can comprehend and understand. Yeah, that is according to me as a student.
How many hours do you sleep?
5 hours maybe, or 6, around the, yeah, depending, maybe because I can sleep late or wake up early to read around 5 or maybe 4 a.m. in the morning.
It doesn't affect you maybe when you have come to class?
No, because I plan my time well. If I decide I'll wake up in the morning, it means I'm going to sleep early. So it's just the way you plan yourself and you decide what you're going to do. But it doesn't affect the classes, it doesn't.
Mimi nataka kusema kweli kulala 7 hours, saizi maisha venye iko huwezi lala 7 hours. Saizi kusema kweli unamuka hivi unakujua hauna pesa. Kama saizi niko na makaratasi, nimetoka kutafuta interviews, nimetoka kufanya interviews mahali, nimetoka kupeleka papa zangu. Ukisema nilale nilale 7 hours itakuwaje? So mimi ombi langu sioni kama tunaweza lala 7 hours. Because wakati mwingine umetoka kazini, umechoka, umetoka kutafuta kazi, ukifika kwa nyumba unaangalia ufanye kazi 1 to 3, labda kuna assignments ulikuwa umepewa, unapata hujafikisha hiyo 7 hours ukilala.
Wow, guys, from what I'm picking from most of the people there, wote wanasema kuhusu kazi. Now, I have a question in relation to that. With the current economic time, like, people are really trying hard to put food on the table, to like try and survive. And we are advising them, or we are trying to convince them that you need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep so that you can be able to be productive. Now, do you think it is possible for them to achieve that with these economic times? And also, what is the importance of adequate sleep when it comes to mental health?
We are looking at Africa, especially when we are categorized like the third world or mid-class working hours, working people. In America, Americans have actually developed the first world and all that. When we come to Africa, many of us are pioneers to create wealth in our families, in our generations, because our background is not that good. Maybe we come from the lowest of the lowest class, and we want to improve the lifestyle. I understand the way they are saying that maybe you need, I sleep for 5 hours, I sleep for 6 hours. It's possible, that's what they are sleeping, but this is not a requirement. You need to sleep for at least 7 to 9 hours. The reason why they are working hard, and some are genuine, they are looking for something for their life, but they are not looking at the long-term effect of their work after you have done this. And I want to mention something before we go further. Most of people are juggling from here to there because one, they have not planned their day. They have not planned their schedules. If you are a student, if you are in college, for instance, there are classes and schedules for classes. During the time you are not in class, what are you doing?
What is happening in between?
What is happening in between? Because lack of planning has led many people to fail in their future, in their looking for wealth. So we should differentiate between laziness, planning, and becoming intentional for your sleeping pattern. Because the reason we sleep, and I mentioned at the beginning of this show, that you are giving your body a moment to relax, recreate itself, heal itself. You are giving your brain the formation to take place, to heal, rejuvenate your strength, so that when you go back, you go with a new energy. If it goes for a long time without healing, self-medicating, the body has been built, God created it in a way that it can self-medicate itself and then come back to work. If you don't give it a good time to rest, then at the end of the day, you'll break down. And you will know, even that wealth you are looking for, it will not benefit you. You leave it for others, and it will not be a good thing for you. So moderation is the key. Be moderate in everything you are doing. Take care, groom yourself, take care of your mental health, and then that mental health will serve you to the all years. Even if you'll be 90, you might have no teeth, you might have lost a lot of things in your body, but your brain is still functioning.
It's still good.
Just a quick one, Daktari.
Please.
We have really looked on undersleeping, all that, but there is also oversleeping. I know statistics say that there are some youths, more than 40 or 50% are unemployed. So during the day they're doing nothing, during the night they're doing nothing. So they oversleep. Are there dangers of oversleeping?
Oversleeping can be as a result of maybe somebody is undergoing anxiety or depression or has a condition. And I want to nullify this analogy of there is no work. There is work, and I think it's Jacinda who has come up with a program on rising, using little man and gaining a lot. I'm a fan of watching those clips.
Yes, Hustle Safi.
Yes, Hustle Safi.
Yes.
Many people have been planted in their minds something like, you have to be employed. Why can't you create something for yourself? People are looking for opportunities. Look for gaps. Ninapitanga hapa town, I see people wanaenda mahali, wanapewa nguo, wanaenda wanauza, jioni wanarudisha pesa za wenyewe, amepata pesa za juu, amejifaidi. So sleeping should not be a reason for somebody to say hakuna job. Number 2, sleeping is not going to gain something in your life. Sleeping can lead someone to obesity. Because you are just eating, but you are not making use of that energy, and your body is not active. Sleeping can lead to depression. Sleeping can lead people, especially those who are inactive. Even some have committed suicide because they feel worthless. It reduces their self-esteem, and they are not ready even to face the future optimistically, knowing that there is something. So sleep, when you see someone is sleeping, especially teenagers, we understand because there is hormonal working in their body system, especially girls. Sometimes their hormones are actively developing, and the body still. So you will find, especially teenagers, from 15, 14 to around 17, they have a good sleep. Hata wao mtakosana kuambia usilale.
Lazima watalala.
Hata wakiwa kwa nyumba, baba wanaweza weka kideri, alafu aenda alale, ataamushwa na moshi.
Ikameungua.
Na hiyo sio condition, it's just a at their stage, there is something happening in their bodies, and it's normal. But when now it goes beyond the normal, it becomes a condition, and somebody should seek for help.
Yeah. To those ones who are the one who has said sleeping is a hobby, that should not be the case. Now, as you give your parting shot, we're coming to the end of the show, unfortunately, and I can see questions are still coming in, and I don't know what to do about it. But leo time imekimbia. I don't know. We just have to probably find some other time to discuss this more, because people still have so many questions that have been left unanswered. But to those who would like to reach out to you and probably follow up with the conditions or the questions that they have to ask you, can you give your parting shot while giving them the context where they can reach you?
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you can reach me on my contact 0723 465 999.
Yes.
And there it goes on the screen. You can get me through that, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll be happy to serve you and support you in your lifestyle as you live in this journey that God has granted us an opportunity. Yeah, I want to. My parting shot is this: remember, before creation, the Bible does not speak in Genesis chapter 1 that God began by the light, the day. The Bible says that darkness was hovering, the Spirit of God was hovering, then he said, let there be day. So sleeping is very important. Be intentional to it. Have a schedule to sleep. Even if it's in your office, during that lunch break, take a break for 30 minutes or 1 hour, 20 minutes eating, 40 minutes a nap. You'll come back refreshed and strength. Thank you, Faith and Sylvia, for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for asking.
And as always, you've just left us with a lot of information, a lot of insight that we have really enjoyed. So guys, we're going to take a quick break right here at Lifestyle Thursdays, but we're going to come back with Chic and Style and hit the gym. So don't go too far.
For startups and magnates,
the best way of marketing is by word of mouth. So the best way to encourage word of mouth is proper execution.
Taking risks, that one is inevitable. That is the first initial thing that you need to have.
Join us as we explore the exciting world of entrepreneurship, innovation, and business strategy.
You must do it with many people. You can't do it yourself. So you need to assemble a team that will deliver your vision and take the company to the next level.
Business Plus is your go-to source for expert advice, insider tips, and inspiring success stories.
The only way you can actually be able to solve problems faster is if you encounter many problems, so it becomes easier.
With me, Rachel Kahugu, every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Remember, business is more than meets the eye.
In a world filled with secrets, betrayals, and unexpected twists, two sisters are about to collide in ways they never imagined, lighting a fire that will shake their lives to the core. And now, there's the old cycle of pain and betrayal. Yet, a new challenge is at hand. Join Hadassah on a journey of redeeming her destiny every Sunday at 7:30 p.m.
Waridi jangwani.
Hi there, my name is Perpetual Nyambura and I love cooking. We all love art and we all love good food.
Yeah, ukiwa na passion ya upishi.
Yes.
Hii inasaidia sana. Kwa sababu kuna watu hupika just for the sake.
Mulo Wetu introduces you to creativity in meal preparation. Don't miss a fresh episode of Mulo Wetu.
Kila Alhamisi 7:30 to 8 p.m.
Marudio yake iko hapa, that is Friday from 2:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. only on MBCI TV.
Yes, amazing. Wow, show ya leo imekuwa moja moto tena sana.
I know.
So guys, let's try and make sure we sleep 7 to 9 hours. And again, everyone is disposable. Okay? So if you don't take care of yourself and you end up succumbing, there's someone else to fill that slot. So why don't you take this opportunity to take care of yourself and take care of your health? Daktari akisema ni 7 to 9 hours, make it 7 to 9 hours. Okay? Take care of your health. Your health is paramount. You can't, don't, alafu lakini pia usimake sleep ikuwe your hobby. Hiyo sasa nayo inaharibu everything. Is everything okay? Are you probably depressed or anxious about something? Don't overdo it, okay? Too much of something, again, will become harmful. So this brings us to the end of today's show, right here at Lifestyle Thursdays. It has been an amazing, amazing time. We've learned about sleeping patterns. We have learned so many things. And now we're about to call it a wrap. Lakini tutawacha hivyo, tutawacha na chic style and hit the gym. Hit the gym, tuko na Madam hapo hivi Faith Mwema akituonyesha ku workout abs. Yes. Tell us how that episode was for you.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. It was really nice.
Yes.
But one thing I really love and I really loved, you can even do it at home.
Yeah.
Actually, there are no excuses. Mimi nilikuwa wale watu, mimi I don't have gym. But you know, even with water bottles,
you can
1
work
liter,
out.
1 liter, you can work out on your abs.
Yeah.
You know, you can make sure you're toning up your body now in a nice way.
Absolutely.
So keep on keeping on. Start and progress.
Keep on pushing yourself.
Exactly.
And she can still talk tukiongelea guys trousers, si kuvaa jeans kila wakati. There are so many other things you can choose from. Kuna cargo pants, kuna khaki, there's so many other clothes that you can wear. You don't have to limit yourself to ati nini peke yake, jeans, trousers, ama khaki peke yake, kuna dress pants. So we're giving you guys a variety so that you can accessorize your wardrobe. Like have at least a couple of things to work with. So my name is Sylvia Wanja. I hope to see you guys next week, same place, same time, right here on Lifestyle Thursdays. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. Bye bye.
My name is Faith Mwema. Bye bye. Be intentional in your sleep.
Exactly.
Bye.
Bye. Trousers are a fundamental element in men's fashion.
Has it been?
It's tough, but you'll get used to it. The more consistent you do it, you just get used to it.
Wonderful. His name is Rogers. He's our fitness trainer. Today we'll be working on abs. Tutakuwa tunafanya a lot of these, but what we have just done, they are called the planks.
Yeah, planks.
The planks. I see kuna watu wanafanya the side planks.
Yeah.
Are they also for the abs?
Yeah, we have for the abs, you have the upper abs, you have the lower abs, and you have the external. So for the sides, side planks, those are the one for the external abs.
Okay.
The Russian twist is
so
for the plank. Then for the normal plank is for the lower abs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the planks are for the lower abs.
For the lower abs.
Okay. We can start with the lower abs first.
Yeah.
And then we go to the
upper.
To the upper and then the side ones.
Yeah.
So moja ni hiyo planks that you can do it at home. By the way, very intense, I must tell you the truth. But by the way, tutaanza kuona results after how long?
Results will only come when you're consistent.
Okay. Yeah. Consistent. So
you have to be consistent, then you have to eat proper diet.
Okay.
And then you have to involve strength training as well. Yeah.
All right. So the lower abs, we've done the planks.
Yeah.
The other one?
Next, we'll do the flutter kicks. Or the leg raises.
To be honest, it is so intense. But before we even continue, for people who have back issues, what do they do? Because I can even feel the stretching for
the lower back.
Yeah.
I think the one we started with, the plank, is one of the best workout for the lower back pain, because it reduces the lower back pain. That's why most of the time I always encourage most of my clients to do not skip plank. It does not only work with the abs, but for the back as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I noticed when we were doing them, your legs weren't like lifting, unlike mine.
What I can say, the more you do it, it depends on how consistent you will be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the legs are supposed to be just flat?
flat.
Okay, when you're doing.
But then again, for the beginner, we normally put some weight on your leg. Let's say, for example, like this.
Okay. Oh, it minimizes the.
What I can say, so when you're at home and you are a beginner, you want to do the abs, you can use your chair, you can fix your legs, then you will just be comfortable doing that abs.
Okay.
Because for the beginner back at home, you want to be able to do it like they are doing it here. Yeah.
So you can use your chair.
You can use your chair, you can use anything at home.
Even the side of the bed, I know.
Yeah.
You wrap your legs and then you like do that. Wow, that was very nice. I loved it, to be honest. Na hakuna excuse. Even you at home, you can be doing it by the way. Even the chair, you can't say unajua sina weight ya kuweka kwa miguu. You can do it. Now, moving on, we have this, and probably someone is wondering, sasa hii ni ya nini tena sasa when we are working on the abs?
On the abs?
Yeah.
We normally use, okay, that's one workout is called Russian twist. For the Russian twist, you can do it with, probably you can use anything for the gym, I can use any weights. I can use the dumbbells, I can use the steps for the Russian twist. Back at home, I can use the towel.
Like towel.
Yeah, the towel. Like this for the Russian twist. 1, 2, 12 reps. At home, you can use the pillow. Yeah, doing the same workout, and you can do it free.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the essence of now this one? Because I know it's a little bit heavy. It's 5 kgs. Now your towel, in a weight. Is there a difference when I'm working with doing the Russian twist with a weight, or when I'm doing it free with a towel or something that hasn't?
Yeah, for the weight is more effective.
Okay.